Property developers and incentivizing estate agents. Now, part of our business is a property development business, which sits alongside the main business, which is, of course, the project management and quantity surveying consultancy. And when we are involved in property developments ourselves, and we have a scenario where we've developed a property and let's say we are putting it on the market as a flip, then obviously the estate agent involvement is critical. And having dealt with quite a few estate agents, they all have a slight variation on the same theme of what they will do as a service. The length of time might differ the minimum period might differ slightly from agent to agent. The fees will be there or thereabouts, differ a little bit. But for me, as a property developer, what you've got to remember and what the estate agent has to also take on board is the fact that if you are selling a property, if you're flipping a property, the last thing you want is for it to be sat there forever and a day, and for the agent just simply be waiting for a contact through Rightmove. Now, it sounds blindly obvious, but unfortunately, this often happens. You want a proactive agent who's going to actually physically go out and sell this property of yours on your behalf. And the way I've dealt with it in the past, just a little bit of advice to put out there, is the agent, let's say, comes along to you and says, well, our minimum term's 4 months or 6 months or whatever it is, and the fee is £1,500, just to use any figure as an example. Now, for me, there is no incentive to the agent in that process. It's a fairly vanilla, run-of-the-mill, this is the period of time we will do our normal activities and we'll charge you, should we sell it, £1,500. Well, as a property developer, that's just of no benefit to me whatsoever. First and foremost, I have not and will not enter into 6-month minimum periods, 4-month minimum periods, and all that nonsense. Every month that goes by is costing me and you as a property developer money. Every month that goes by where a finished project, a finished building property is left unsold is costing you money. You could be paying interest on a loan. You could also be in a situation where you're paying utilities. Whilst there might not be much, you'll still be paying them. You'll certainly be paying council tax in most cases. So it's racking up a bill that's coming out of your profit. So you need to get that property sold as quickly as possible. So for me, the way to deal with estate agents is this. What I generally say to them is, look, I won't enter into a 4 months or a 6 months agreement because I'll go somewhere else. If you haven't sold my property in 4 months, you're not the right agent anyway, because I'll ask them to tell me how much they think they're going to sell it for. So the way we work is to basically say this to the agent. How much, at what price can you sell this property? Bearing in mind you've already probably got some idea of price out of them in the early stages of the appraisal before you started. Sell this property in a month, not 4 months, in a month. You set the price. If you sell it in a month at the asking price that we agree, provided I'm happy with that, or better, in a month, I won't give you £1,500, I'll give you £2,500. And I'll incentivize you to sell it in a month at the asking price or better. Now, what you do with that extra money is entirely up to you. You can share it amongst the team. You can do whatever, as long as obviously it's legal how you dispose of that, how you deal with that extra £1,000, and it's declared and done properly and everything is above board. You will earn another £1,000 worth of fee. How you then deal with that internally and who you reward for that is entirely your business. But that's the way I would deal with it. It's worked every time for us. We've always sold the properties within a period of time for the asking price or better, and the estate agent has benefited by a slightly or a reasonably enhanced fee. So that would be my advice. Tackle it from that angle. Don't be at the mercy of standard periods and standard arrangements and all that nonsense. That's not what you need. You need to get that property moved on. So that's my advice on that.